When they first started that NHL series, I think they did it first in Montreal or Toronto or somewhere, and they said it had to be really cold, and it was cold. I mean, this is 15 years ago now, probably 10 years ago at least.
Yeah.
And there was like a light snow, and it was so cold, and they were in those old-timey sweaters that they had that were probably warmer. And anyway, I just thought it can only be in Montreal or Boston or whatever. Now they keep moving further and further south. So, they've got a chance at it in Raleigh.
Maybe they perfected the ice.
Maybe.
Outdoor ice.
Maybe
it still could get slushy, and you're right. If it's too hot, I don't know what the backup plan is.
The first one I saw when it was in Montreal, there was no issue with it getting to, and it was snowing. And it was like, that's really cool to see.
Yeah,
they were skating through the snow on top of the ice.
But I would think if it's raining, you can't do it. I mean, I would think. Can you?
I can't.
I don't play in the rain, but
If
you'd rather have a sunny day that's like 50 as opposed to a rainy day that's
rainy and 50. Rainy and 50 you can't do because it would melt the eye. I mean, you can't do that.
You'd think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know ice technology in these places anymore. It's come a long way in 20 years.
Outdoors. I'll tell you, Chris Demm and I were at a hockey game one time, and the guy pointed something at the ice, and it told him the temperature of the ice. You remember seeing that?
Mm-hmm. Was this the night they carted me off the ice?
I don't think so. I think it was before that. They carted him off the ice because, of course...
Was this the time you embarrassed yourself in front of the wrestler?
I think that was arena football.
Maybe you're right.
Now, the wrestling...
So many teams have come through this town.
You're right.
We've
done so many outstanding promotions.
That was embarrassing. That was when we had a wrestler here.
I can't remember, but he was a really big name.
Big name, and really chiseled guy. I mean, and a huge... At that time, wrestling was at its peak.
Yeah.
It was enormous. And so I had to walk out on the Arena Football League field with him at halftime for something. I don't even recall.
Were you dressed as a cheerleader?
Yes.
You forgot you were in drag?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was like if the fans packed the house,
yes,
you would dress as a cheerleader.
And they did.
Talk about things you can't do anymore.
I know.
Hey, this wrestler, we're going to have him beat up this guy in drag at halftime.
They would just happen to be two separate events.
You have no idea.
You're not supposed to beat up Kevin.
Oh, okay. He was going out to like flip the coin or something.
Yeah.
And the deal was if we packed the house in conjunction with the radio station, I would dress as a cheerleader and go out there. But the wrestler, of course, had his own handlers.
Who wants to see this drag queen body slam? Yeah, we can't do that stuff anymore.
Come here, sissy.
No, you're right.
Body slam this guy.
You're right. And God, I can't remember the name of the wrestler, but
I know.
Huge.
Yeah.
Was it like Triple H or something?
Definitely not Triple H. Darker hair.
Was it one of the Hardy brothers?
Could have been.
No, I think it was bigger.
He was
Shawn
big.
Michaels.
May
have been Shawn Michaels.
He was big.
Okay.
May have been Shawn Michaels.
I think it was.
Giant star.
Okay, huge star. So we go, and we're on the side of the sidelines, but
in the
tunnel, ready, and it's completely dark, and he didn't even see me. Okay, and I was back there with our folks, dressed. I had a little
tube
top on, wrapped around, and I was big. I mean, I was really getting it. That's when I was dogging hot dogs on a regular basis.
Were you wearing like Hooter Girl shorts?
Yeah, or maybe even like little Speedo and Hooter Girl shorts, and it was all, and flip flops, and a little tiny something around my tit area, my nippular area, and I had so much overhang with my love handle. I mean, it was so bad. I looked terrible, and I was chest hair and sweat. I
think of where this was born in that meeting.
Oh, meeting,
and I know exactly who probably.
I guarantee I know who.
The man from the top.
Let's do it.
I got a good idea.
Yeah, let's do it. So he doesn't see me. The guy, Shawn Michaels.
They're coming from two different directions.
And Michaels is like looking at his paperwork. All right, we're doing this, we're doing that. And he has handlers. So we start to walk out on they're like, ladies and gentlemen,
a global superstar.
Michael. And we start walking out, and he just looks over to his right at me. We're now 3 feet apart.
Takes it all in.
And he goes, Jesus Christ. What are you? He goes, what are you? I said, well, I'm a DJ. He goes, good God, what is that? What have I gotten what am I signed? And then he gets his handlers there. Sean, Mike, what are we doing? Yeah. What's happening here? And it was as bad as it gets.
When it hit you, I take you out of here.
It was really as I was walking out there, I was like, this is such a low moment, because the spotlight was on me. It was terrible.
Shawn Michaels has, and I have it here, he has a very noticeable theme song that he comes out to called Sexy Boy. I want to see if this sounds familiar.
All right, is this what
to
played?
you.
All right.
If this is what's played, it was Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. All right, let's hear it then. That does sound familiar to me.
It really does.
It's
I
definitely.
couldn't swear to it, but it does.
I mean, it's been so long ago.
I think it is.
You know, another time at that Arena League football game, we did a thing where there were concert tickets taped to me. That was another.
That's
thing.
right.
All right, I had to take my shirt off. This is before we had Biggie do the embarrassing stuff. All right, he wasn't here yet. And I had to take my shirt off and walk out there like between plays in the game. It wasn't even halftime. And we got 10 people to peel off a piece of duct tape from my body. And under one of the pieces of duct tape were 2 tickets to the Super
Something
Bowl.
decent?
Something big. Yeah, it's pretty big. Like the Arena Bowl or something. And so we walk out there. And again, it's like the coaches and players didn't even know. The quarterback looked over at me like, what are you doing?
The referees.
Yeah, they're like, what's going on?
Get off the field.
You know, they thought we were out there like storming
Terrorists.
the field. Yeah. And we're on the 20-yard line. And I'm covered in duct tape. And I'm so sweaty. The duct tape was peeling off of me on its own.
The adhesive stopped working.
Curling up on its own.
The tickets are wet.
God.
Yes, and yes.
Oh, God. The things you got drug into, Kelly.
You know what it is? I understand now. Yeah. This is why you bully me.
Yeah, that's right.
It all trickles downward.
They believe me.
The other one was we had to do a thing also, I think, at an arena football game where if we didn't pack the house, we were going to tattoo our ass. Okay?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yep.
So we're going to but what it was we have a little donkey that comes out and we put a little tattoo on him. You know, which is another thing you
cannot do that today.
Little spray paint on an animal.
We spray painted the animal.
Who wants to see this donkey get a tattoo?
It's so wrong. All of it.
That might have been a hockey game. Well, backstage, they said, well, Chris Demm's going to drive out in our little car. Remember the little car?
little tank.
He had a little tank. Yeah, the team was called the Generals.
The Generals.
And so he was going to drive out
Jesus, man.
in a little tank.
Just getting worse.
But it was
And I was going to walk the donkey out, and then we're going to spray paint the donkey's backside and call it Tattoo My Ass, which is exactly what we did. Mm-hmm. We put like 2 guys named Chris on the back of it. And Chris Demm comes out, and they're like, this is going to be great. You're going to drive out, and you're going to explain everything in the tank. So he comes out in the tank. He looks a lot like Michael Dukakis. He has a little helmet on.
Google it if you're too young.
Yeah,
but it's appropriate.
Yeah,
I had a little helmet on.
Nobody looks good in a helmet.
And then he gets up, and so, of course, it's all over the arena, but it's so echoey you can't hear a word he says. So it's like he gets out and waves to the crowd and then says, I think he's special.
With a stupid helmet.
So kind.
Oh, my God.
And then I painted an animal, and no one knew why. No one had any idea what was going on.
These things never go off the way they're supposed
No,
to.
it has to be
Ever.
perfect. Because the people backstage, they didn't know what we were doing.
No.
They don't know. That's how it works.
Is this one of these performance art?
Yeah.
So
I don't even think and when
So
the
terrible.
Arena League first came to town, the brilliant idea was for you to try out for the team.
I did try out
And we
for
thought
the
it was going to be a lark, but the coach didn't know.
Coach didn't know, and
The coach is making you work out with a lineman.
And I'm working. I thought I'm not a lineman, and they're just
Well, they make you a
mowing.
tight end?
They're mowing me down. You know they are. Of course, I'm not a football player.
It was and this was
terrible.
It was like open tryouts. They had open tryouts.
for
That's
the
what it
team,
was.
for the Arena
Yes.
Football League team, and I'm out there with like former college athletes.
Yeah, these guys are. This is their shot. They think to the NFL
And
back.
they're decking me on these things, and. Remember the coach like, use your forearm, Big Daddy. Use your forearm. Hit him. I was like, I don't.
Well, I'm not. I'm DJ.
This isn't real.
I'm getting bruised.
It's a wind up.
I'm bruising.
Get it?
Oh, my forearms are bruised like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
I said, that's exactly right. This is not. I said to the coach, like, Coach, this is not. Do a lap, Big Daddy. Use your forearm. Throw the forearm.
I think we left after the players got a lunch and we just
I
left.
left. We went to the barbecue place across the way. I said, I'm never doing that
All that's
again.
good radio.
Isn't it?
Oh, isn't it? Really messed
You know,
us up.
you know what they say, brick by brick.
That's right. God.